we've been together 3 years.
Okay.
So this is like a walk down memory lane over the last 3 years. So I was 19 and you were 24. No, you were 23. The first question is the icebreaker question. What is the funniest, dumbest, or most embarrassing thing that you've ever, in your 3 years of knowing me, witnessed me do? I think the like dumb thing that I remember you doing is when we were riding the four-wheeler and you got like cow crap all over us. And then you took your shirt off and played with the cow crap. And then you, instead of washing your shirt, you lit it on fire.
Mm-hmm. I was showing you how we do laundry in my manhood.
In your bachelor house?
Yes.
But that's the dumbest thing that I can like that sticks in my mind.
The most embarrassing thing that you've done, I would say when you riding your longboard down the Kmart parking lot and you ate crap because you were sitting down.
And I burned my shoe because I tried to use it as a brake.
You were trying to show off to me.
I didn't think it would go that fast, and my face was like right there.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Tell the story about the first time you saw me.
First time that I saw her was at a, I don't know, I think we were at a church activity, and I had, my parents always told me, yeah, go to these single word church activities, it'll be a lot of fun, and I always said, yeah, bull crap, I'm never going to those things, they're ridiculous, there's a bunch of weirdos there, I'm not going, bottom line. And I wasn't a very social person at all, and so then my parents kept bugging me, saying, no, you need to go to singles ward, I promise, go meet some girls. I said, oh, what the hell, I'll just try it one night, and maybe it's different now, and so I went, and I hung out with this guy, John Rick, and I went the very first time, and I remember seeing Amber, and laying my eyes on her, and I was like, gosh, that girl's got the most pretty, beautiful eyes, and ever since then, it just kind of, I was definitely after her at that point, because we were talking about girls that were good looking, and he's like, well, what about this girl? And I'm like, that one's not that great. What about this one? That's great. I was like, what about this Amber girl? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. She's really hard to get. She's one of those girls that's just really hard to get. And I said, oh. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't bother. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever,
No, I remember that singles word activity too.
I remember we all went to Sonic.
I remember us being at Sonic, and I said...
But I don't remember what
I said
that day, the same day? I don't remember the days exactly.
Yeah, but somebody asked me what I did for fun, and I said I drove my beat-up-old truck through the mud. That was what I did for fun. And I remember you said, that's hot. And I was like, thanks, quiet person who never says anything.
Yeah, I was very quiet.
The first time I ever saw you was that we were playing kickball, and you were sitting clear away from everybody else, like this. You had your arms up on a table, and you were just sitting staring at everybody, and you had this look on your face like... And Natalie wanted your phone number, and so she made me come up to get your phone number. And then halfway through talking to you, she just took off running. You don't remember that?
No, I don't really
She took off
that
running,
too much.
and I didn't know what to say, and I was like, I'm just gonna go follow her. And then I took off running, and I was like, what is wrong with you? She's like, he was checking you out.
Yeah, I was.
But
I
you
was
remember?
definitely attached to looking at you.
Then, do you remember how you got my phone number?
No, I actually don't.
It was that night at Sonic. We were sitting there, and then before you left, you said that you were going to have some people come over to your house, or you were going to do a movie night or something, so you asked for my phone number.
Yep.
And then you called me instead of texted me.
Yeah, because it was always lame to text. Like, I always thought the manly thing to do, call, Who texts?
Yeah, well, I almost didn't answer because I don't like talking on the phone. And then you invited me to come over to your house, and I told you no.
No. I couldn't believe it. I was so pissed off.
I didn't want to go to your house. I remember asking you, like, oh, who else is going to be at your house? Because I wasn't going to come to your house. It was just going to be the two of us. And you're like, oh, I'll invite, all these people. And I was like, oh, I don't want to be in your house with all those people. I thought it was uncomfortable.
And see, I thought, well, I'll tell her that all these friends and stuff are coming that she's used to being around. That way she doesn't think it's creepy, you know, that I'm just inviting her over, or, you know, a single guy. You know, I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable, so I wanted to make her feel like, you know, she had people around that she knew and trust, you know, because I was still new to her, you know, she didn't know me.
And then when you told me all the people that were gonna be there,
I was like, the opposite effect.
I don't want to be in an apartment with that many people. And I was like, no, you guys have fun. It turns out you didn't invite anybody.
No, nobody showed up. They all ditched.
And then you were all alone.
It's okay. I only wanted you to come anyways. I was glad that none of the other ones showed up.
That's really sad though. What was our first date?
Our first date? Well, I don't know what you consider really a date though. Like, do you consider a church camp out kind of a date, or do you not really?
No, I consider that a date, but I think our first date, I consider our first date when you borrowed John Rick's longboard and we went longboarding.
Yeah.
You and me in the Kmart parking lot.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of our first date. Like, did the church camp out, then we did the actual camping with your family.
And we went and saw the fireworks at the lake.
Yeah, and we saw the fireworks and we kind of like cuddled and hung out and kissed.
But we didn't kiss during the fireworks. No, we did not.
We made out pretty hardcore.
No, we did not. We did
Was
not.
that on my imagination?
That was with your other girlfriend.
Oh shit. No, I'm joking.
When was our first kiss?
Our first kiss was.
You're really terrible at this game.
When you ask me things like spot on, my brain doesn't work.
Our first kiss was on July 5th,
yeah,
2015.
It
It was after the fireworks. You didn't kiss me during the fireworks, so I thought there was something wrong with you.
Why? Because I didn't kiss you?
Yeah, you didn't kiss me during the fireworks. We
I
were watching the fireworks and you did not kiss me.
Well, you kept on like going and moving away and stuff, and so like.
No, I was shivering. It was freaking cold.
Yeah, so I thought you were like giving me a hint like to lay off. So I didn't
You should
want
have
to.
snuggled me. I was freezing.
My thing was with you is I was very scared to scare you off. Like I didn't want to do that, you know.
You probably would have if you were like 2.
Yeah, and I don't want to be too aggressive with you, you know. I wanted to I figured it'd be better to lead her on a little bit and have her be a little bit upset that I didn't kiss her than to freak her out.
Freaked out that you didn't kiss me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
But it was after the fireworks. We went back and we were having a fire with my family, and then you kissed me before I went to bed.
Yes, I do remember.
But it wasn't like some crazy kiss. You were just like, good night.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well, after that, I was like, game on. She loves me. Now I'm gonna make out with her, and you kept me energetic.
Yeah. That and all the energy drinks you used to drink.
I was so excited and stuff to just hang out with you and be with you. And it was just so much fun. And it was like, you know, camping in the mountains where we were was the nicest, beautifulest place. We had the side-by-sides, we had the families. Her and her little brothers were a lot of fun. They had airsoft guns out there, so we were all playing airsoft guns.
You got shot in the face.
Yeah, well, it was good times.
What was the first gift that you ever gave me?
And the very first gift that I ever gave you would have been their Pro camera.
Which my dad stole. It was more like a peace offering gift to him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was. Besides the flowers.
Yeah, the flowers weren't like
Yeah, it's
a
gotta be
gift.
lots of
That was
flowers.
just flowers, you know. That's not really a gift. Just flowers.
The first gift I ever gave you was at Sensi. For your apartment.
Yep, I remember that.
You lived with a bunch of guys and it smelled terrible all the time. It's like, you know
Did it
what?
really smell terrible?
It smelled like dirty feet and butt. We still have that Sensi.
Elk Sensi is what you gave me, and I don't know, I really liked it. It was nice.
I thought it was kind of girly.
Heck, I still got it.
Yeah,
You know?
it's over there.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of girly to give you as a gift, but you did it. What is something special you did when we were dating to get my attention? My thing that was super special that I did to get your attention is when I made a list of 50 things I loved about you, and I wrote them every 10 feet in the park. You remember that? And then you got off work.
Yes, I do remember that.
And you were on the phone with me, and you walked down the trail and read all the things I loved about you.
Mm-hmm. that was sweet. That was awesome. I loved that.
And then you bought me a ring shortly after, so it worked.
I did. I sure did. It was nice. It was very thoughtful of you.
I wanted to come with you and walk with you with it and then come and have a picnic at the end of it. But I got called into work, so.
Lame.
I know.
Lame.
Could have been way more romantic.
Yeah, I know. Jeez. Oh well, I still loved it. It was great.
I'm glad. Something at least that did get my attention is that time you made me meet you in the parking lot at 11 o'clock at night so you could bring me flowers. Because I was grounded.
No, that was definitely something that did
You should
get
tell
your
that
attention.
story.
No, I kept telling her, hey, I want to meet up with you. I got something for you or something. I don't know. What did I say?
Yeah, you were like, I need to meet up with. Well, we were supposed to go on a date, and then I got grounded.
Yeah.
And I didn't. My parents didn't know about you. I wasn't gonna tell them I was gonna go meet up with a boy. So I got grounded. So I texted you some excuse like, "Oh, I'm busy or I'm sick or something."
Yep, I remember that. And I was like, well, I have to meet with you. It'll only take a second. I gotta give you something or something like
yeah,
that.
exactly. And I didn't want you to show up at my house because I was grounded, and my parents didn't know about you. I didn't want some like strange boy bringing you something.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
But yeah, I just had her flowers because I wanted to show her that I really did care and I wanted, I was really, really interested and I wanted her to know that.
So I met you at the parking lot halfway between my house and your house. But I took my sisters because I didn't know you well enough to know you weren't gonna murder me. So I made them ride. It was 11 o'clock at night. I was meeting at the gas station. I had them ride with me.
It's funny too because I remember back then and Harley and Sam, it seemed like they were so much younger.
I know. And then when we left, when I got back in the car with the flowers, Sammy goes, "You have to marry him. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever done." I said, "Shut up," because I would not have guessed that I would have married you. At that point.
Well, I'm glad you did.
When I went to meet your parents, we had to drive what, 3 hours?
Fine.
Yeah, we had gone up to the city for a doctor's appointment, so we made the 3-hour drive for that. But we met your family while we were up there.
Met them up there, but then also the first time that she really stayed and hung out and met everybody else, we drove 5.5 hours to get to.
And then they wouldn't let me sleep on the same floor as you. I had to sleep right next to your grandma, and she kept an eye on me.
Yeah.
We met your parents at Christine's, and then it was your dad, your mom, your grandma, 3 of your brothers, and 2 of your sisters. No, 3 of your sisters, counting Christine, and then her husband, and her 3 kids, and then us. So we were in a small apartment, smaller than our apartment. It was 15 people.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy. I was so glad to be out of there. It was just too much.
Yeah, it was a lot. Really was a lot going on.
And then what did your parents say to you after they met me? Like, what was their first thoughts about me?
My parents were very impressed with her. They said they loved her dearly. They were really hoping that everything would work out. They really did. I could very much tell my parents were really impressed with this one. Because I had bring girls before and said, hey, this is so and so. My parents were like, yeah, that's great. And you could tell they were very impressed. And she was the right choice.
When my parents first met you, my dad, he was like, why are you hanging out with that kid? But after he met you, he really liked you. Because you kind of just jumped right in and you were into the guns and the side-by-sides and the outdoorsy stuff. And my mom told my dad 2 days after she met you, she said, be nice to that one because I have a feeling he's going to be around for a while.
Really?
So she knew. She knew. But I never introduced anybody to my parents before you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And now they like you more than they like me.
No, they don't.
Yes,
That's
they do.
not true.
If they had to
love
pick,
her. They
if
love
they
her
had to
way
pick
more. They don't.
one or the other, they'd
They would
pick you.
pick you for sure.
No, they wouldn't.
I know. They would pick me. That is
They
true.
would.
They love me more.
They do. Do you just like the things they like more?
No, they love me more. Deep inside.
Please don't do it. Alright. No. Chapstick me.